Oh, you just gotta know everybody can't go. You ain't making me best, bring me down, 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 down. So you ain't making me best.
WECU 1570 AM and W298BX 107.5 FM, Winterville, North Carolina.
Welcome to another amazing edition of Ring Out Your Sponge, the radio edition. It's me, ReGina Smithwick, your host today. I hope you had a blessed week. Get ready to tune in as we talk about empowerment, growth, and self-discovery. Let's uplift, motivate, empower each other. Please follow me on all the social medias and as well as Awesome Radio. So let's get into it. Like I said, let's dive on in. Today's topic is don't take it personal because it's not about you. Say that one more time. Do not take it personal because it's not about you. Well, we're going to discuss why people actions often have nothing to do with us, but it's how we handle these situations with grace to get through. So understanding the root cause of this. So people behaviors reflect their own issues. Often when people say or do hurtful things, it stems from them not being happy with themselves and dealing with their personal struggles, right? So we're gonna get a little bit into that. I got a couple of things I want to say about that, but let me just give you some more information. All right, so hurt people hurt people. How many times have you heard that in your life, right? Hurt people hurt people. Look, those who are hurting tend to project off their pain onto others. They might be dealing with past traumas, insecurities, or unresolved issues. That happens a lot. So let's talk about recognizing it's not about you. So it's a reflection of themselves. When someone is mean or unfair, it's usually more about them than it is about you. Do not absorb. Remember, we're bringing out our sponges here, right? So do not absorb their actions. Understand that their behavior is a reflection of their internal state, not your worth or your value. All right. So we got to remember that. It's not about you. I know it's hard because sometimes when people come at you, you think that they are mad at you or they're upset with you. That's not the case. A lot of the times, is who they are because they're just not happy and within themselves. So they kind of reflect off of how they feel about them. The key is your mindset, is to change the way you see that person and what they are doing, and you respond in that new mindset way, and it will diffuse it, and you will not take it personal, and you will understand that they are going through something. And we're going to talk about this amazing word called grace, right? My grandmother used to always, she loved the song Grace and Mercy. I never understood it, but I get it now. Grandma knows I got it now. Grandma Maddie, grace and mercy. You got to give people grace because we fall short. We are not perfect. We have bad days. We do things that's not right all the time, right? So when other people do certain things, give them that grace because you will want that to be given to you. All right. So let's talk about some strategies to handling the hurtful behavior that people bestow upon us. Stay calm and don't react. When faced with negativity, take a deep breath and remain calm. Reacting can escalate the situation. So we want to learn how to resolve stuff, right? We don't want to continue to add on to the problem that we have. We want to take it down, right? We want to resolve it and move on with our lives. So to do that, we got to be the bigger person. I know sometimes that's hard. I mean, believe me, I have to fight with this myself. But I had to realize that I'm looking at the long game, not the short. The long game is I just want to resolve it and move on with my life. I do not want to deal with this anymore. So if I got to do what I got to do to make it happen, I may not win the war. I mean, the battle, but I'll win the war. Got to think about the long game. Okay. So you stay calm, like I said, you pray for them. So instead of you holding on to anger, offer a prayer for those who are hurting. This can bring you peace in your heart and help you release that negativity. So when you pray, what happens when you pray? Don't you feel better? Don't you feel like that the shoulders are lighter, that you release off all that negativity? Prayer does change things, and prayer will help you understand what these people are going through. They are hurt. It doesn't, I'm not going to say it gives them an excuse to act this way. I understand that because, a lot of people say, well, that's not an excuse. You're supposed to treat people like they want to be treated. And I do agree with you. But when some people are going through at the moment, they're not thinking clearly. So they're not thinking about that. But when we give them kindness back, it's hard for them to be mad back to you, right? So when you give kindness, it kind of makes them have to sit still for a second and go, wait a minute, she's not reacting the way I wanted to because I'm expecting her to come back. I mean, when she does it, it puts the ball back in their court, and now they got to respond. And so they kind of look silly because it takes two to tango. So you need someone to dance with you. So if you're not dancing with them, they have to really look at it and go, okay, I'm looking silly right now, so I can't really come back at her like that. So let me just calm down. So that's the goal of it, diffusing the situation. So my favorite word again, give grace and understanding. Recognize that everyone has battles and they are fighting often. They are fighting themselves, right? They are fighting. Offering grace can transform your perspective and your interaction with the person, right? So you're able to go, okay, I can see what's going on. I'm not going to take it personal. I know it's not about me. Because guess what happens? When you know your value and your worth and you know what you are as God's child, you know that whatever they saying to you is not true. So how can you take it personal when you know it is not you? You know what they saying to you is not true. So now you got to go, okay, this got nothing to do with me. I see what's happening. I'm going to just let that go because I'm not going to fight over something that I know is not true about me. So when people say things about you, think about it that way. Change the mindset. All of this is about mindset change. Just the way you see things, the perspective of how you see stuff, right? When you see it that way, nothing's going to bother you. Things are not going to get on your nerves. You're not going to get aggravated with people because you understand your assignment. And your assignment is to overlook that because you know who you are and you're not the person that person is saying that you are. Okay? But there's people who still look for conflict. So why do some people seek conflict? Conflict, okay, is a cry for help. Have you ever thought about it that way? Conflict is a cry for help. Some individuals thrive on conflict because it's a way to express their inner turmoil. Some people don't have good communication skills. They don't know how to communicate they're hurting. So the only thing they know how to do is lash out. They're crying for help. You know how you hear sometimes when you have trouble children or teens that go through stuff and they kind of react and rebel? A lot of times they're crying for help. Adults do the same thing. They're crying for help. A lot of times they are mad and they voicing their pain. They may be angry and use arguments to voice their pain. Understanding that their conflict seeking behavior is about their pain, but it's not about you. When you see it that way, don't you think differently about it, right? I want you to chime in on this. If you have any comments or if you ever had this happen to you or you have something to say, please just put it in the chat into this Facebook, or you can give us a call at 252-756-2008. I would love to hear from you about this topic. This is a major topic. This is a life lesson that I had to learn in this journey of wringing out my sponge because I used to take everything personal because I didn't love me and I didn't love what God gave me. I didn't see my value and my worth. So when I didn't see that, everything that came to me, I absorbed it in. So instead of me wringing out my sponge, I absorbed everybody else's stuff in. So when I did that, that lowered me down, and therefore I took on everybody else's stuff, right? Do that sound familiar? And it's easy to be that way because when you see that someone is angry with you and when you're not good with you, you're going to get angry back at them. See what I'm saying? It goes back and forth. Nothing gets resolved, nothing's productive. We're just going back and forth. So I'm hoping that today's words will definitely give you something to think about and you'll be able to understand that it's not about you. Don't take it personal. So let's kind of recap some things. Now, remember, people actions often reflect their own pain. Stay calm, pray for them, and offer grace. I know it's not easy. I, I was raised at a place that you had to be on your toes. It was called I'm going to get you before you get me. So it was really hard for me to deprogram myself to understand that I don't have to fight every single battle. Pick your battles wisely. A lot of times we feel that we got to fight everything that everyone gives to us because we are too busy worrying about what other people think about us instead of us doing what we need to do is right for us. We worry about what other people think because if we don't say nothing, we punking out. And so they go, oh yeah, she let her tell her off. She did this. She didn't say nothing. She must have been scared. Well, if it was me, what I would do will be, I would do this and I would done that. We're too concerned about other people. But think about it. If we didn't have that on us, would we really care about what people think about us? And we shouldn't. As long as we're doing the right thing and we're in peace, the whole point of life is to be in peace. You want to have inner peace. For you to have that, you have to release all this stuff that doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't matter here or there what someone thinks about you. It doesn't matter here or there what people say about you. Because at the end of the day, we know people always say to you, do they pay your bills? All right? Do they have any influence on your life? Is there any life threatening thing going on with these people? No. So if it doesn't concern you on those levels, it doesn't matter what they say. Only thing that matters is at the end of the day, you could go home in peace and you could be able to have a good night's sleep, right? That's what life is about, is to be in peace, in internal peace. And that is starting to love yourself enough to know that you deserve that inner peace. As we talked about a little earlier, a lot of people like conflict. A lot of people like that. That's something that just draws into drama. You know, you always say people drama filled, people about that drama. Some people crave drama because they're not happy with themselves. Do you get it now? When they're not happy with themselves, drama is what feeds them, right? That's what feeds them because they kind of like self-inflicting. They kind of just punishing themselves by not loving themselves enough to know that they deserve that inner peace just like you do. And I hate when people don't understand that peace is for everyone. I don't like to see anyone going through this. It's really a situation that you're fighting yourself, a self-sabotaging. You're shooting yourself in the foot living like this. And if you could just understand that life is for you and it's for you for all the enjoyment and abundance and it's here and God is here for you and God is here to help you, just ask him for his help and it will be given. You just got to invite him in and he will definitely help you go through that because if you're living that way, if I have anyone out here that understands and see them in this, understand that this is not how you're supposed to be living. You're supposed to be living in peace. So I just, I pray for that for you. I pray that you release all this stuff and wring out your sponge because it's needed, right? So lastly, before we leave out today, is it's hard, but giving people understanding and grace can lead to personal peace and better relationships with yourself and with others. All right? And let's not let people behavior cast doubts on our value and our worth. Keep moving forward with confidence and grace. Once again, thank you so much for being here today. I am ReGina Smithwick. I am the host of Ring Out Your Sponge Radio Edition. Please continue to follow me on all platforms as well as my website, www.rsenterprises.life, and on YouTube under Ring Out Your Sponge. You can find me there. So here on Awesome Radio, I'll be back next Thursday, same time, same back channel here at Awesome Radio. I will see you at 107.5 FM, Greenville, North.
Hi, my name is Tracy. Thank you for